Welcome. Julie Jacky, your EFT practitioner here. We are tapping on relief from the coronavirus, the impact of it. A lot going on with the coronavirus and things changing by the day, by the hour, by the minute sometimes. And it brings up a lot of stress and anxiety with our lives shifting and things that we've counted on being there and then they're not. And so it brings up a lot of emotion for us. And so I'm here to help you get some relief from whatever is going on. So I will need your comments in the chat to tell me what is going on for you, so we can tap on your specific items, your specific concerns, your specific emotions, because I want to have this be here to support you right where you're at. I don't have a script for this. This is about what you need. This is about you right now, getting you some relief. So go ahead and start putting in the comments, and I'm hoping I can see them. What is going on for you? Like, what is got you stressed right now, or worried, or overwhelmed? It could be anything from I actually am running out of toilet paper and I can't find any, or it could be I have the kids at home and I'm not used to that and I'm trying to figure it out. And just so tell me what's going on for you that you would like to get some relief from so I can help support you. And my comments aren't coming up here. So I am going to go back here and put this on mute that way so I can see the comments coming up on my phone. And Heather, thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. All right, I am seeing your comments coming up, so this is good. All right. So, how to explain things to our staff at work. So Nancy, I'm assuming you're in a management position or you're owner, and there's stuff going on with needing to communicate. And so let me know how you're feeling about that. Like, are you feeling anxious? Are you scared? Are you just, your mind is blank, you don't know what to say? Let me know what's going on there for you. And Heather, I see better today, but the core issue, well, feelings, not issue per se, is the mass people either proud of what they are doing for homeschool or complaining on the proximity and time with their families. It's our life in getting triggered, since that is our life, 7 years, not a week, which isn't a pity feeling, but a deep core trigger. Since I'm a grateful person, I had to work through the triggers all week. So what's coming up for the triggers, that's exactly what your personal work is, Heather, because that's your stuff. So when you hear other people, and I know you know this, so I'm not telling you something brand new, but when you're triggered, there's a deeper core wound, like you said, a deep core trigger. But what is it? Like, what is that from? Because when you go and work on that issue, and it's okay if you don't want to put that here in the chat if you're uncomfortable with that, but I'm asking you so you can ask yourself, what is that deep core trigger for yourself? Because that's where you need to do your personal work, because that's where the issues are. And so you're going to keep being triggered over and over and over as this continues on and people are sharing, unless you go and work on that and get to a better place for yourself. So if there's anything that you feel that you could share here, then I can help guide you on how to tap, and we could tap a little bit about that. Okay, I'm just checking over on this screen to see if there's different messages, but I see that they're the same. So I think I'm okay here. And I see all the messages coming up now, which is good. So I feel like I'm in the right place, doing the right thing. Yay! Um, well, let's just get this party started. I see some more people have joined, and I'm starting to have you put in the chat what's going on for you. How are you feeling? Like, what are the feelings that you're experiencing? Frustration, overwhelm, stress, anxiety, panic? Like, what's going on? What are the feelings? And then with the feelings, what is attached to it? Why are you feeling that way? What's the topic about? Like, share that in the comments so I can help support you, and we're going to tap on your stuff. All right, so welcome another Heather, Carrie, Nancy. Happy to have you guys here. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. All the way down as far as you can into your belly, and slowly let that out. Take another deep breath in, and slowly let that out. And let's just get ourselves grounded and connected here with each other and with ourselves, so we can do the work that we need to do tonight to help get some relief. So I see people are worried about if they have work and working from home. I just feel sad for my staff. Okay. And needing help with my anger at all the people not staying home. Good, good, good. All right, you guys keep putting comments in. Keep telling me what's going on in your minds and how you're feeling. Hi, Patty. Welcome. Happy to have you here. All right, Heather, an idea is my love language is the praise or giving compliments, and I usually am isolated on that, maybe. Not sure. So maybe something with everyone is getting it as they should. Not sure, but it popped in my head. And those are usually clues. Yeah, there are clues that are coming to your head. So I know because, Heather, you are a very positive person, and you're doing a lot of things to keep yourself and your spirits lifted for you and your son. When it's the deep triggered work, you have to go into those dark shadow places. And I know that you know this. But sometimes our mind protects us and tells us more fluffy stuff than the stuff that we really need to dig into. And so what I'm going to have everybody do now is I want you to identify that feeling. So Carrie, I see that your clients are sad that I'm not coming in, which makes it hard because I know they could use massage and I don't. I see it got cut off. You're continuing. So how are you feeling? So your clients are sad. How are you feeling? I know you said it's hard, but how are you feeling? Don't love missing out on the income. Right. So how does that feel about missing out on the income? Do you have any fear coming up around that? Do you, what's going on under there? So I want you guys to tune into the feeling that you have. So we have anger, we have worried, we have sad, and fear of missing out. So I want you to identify what your emotion is, and I want you to tune into where that is in your body. So you can close your eyes, and I want you to go in to that space in your body where you're feeling whatever is going on for you. So for Nancy, with the people that are worried if they have work and working from home, and you're feeling sad. So tune into that sad when you think these thoughts. And found me, Heather, needing help with anger. So with all the people not staying home, so I want you to think about those people not staying home. I want you to tune into that, and I want you to feel the anger and feel where in your body that is. And Carrie, the FOMO, but also what other feelings were coming up for you around missing out on the income. And I want you to tune into that in your body. Okay, good. And Heather, more on my plate, so overwhelmed, busy, and annoyed. Good. Though that's what I need, the negative emotions. We're not tapping on the good stuff. We're tapping on the crap. We need to tap on the crap, and this is, I'm speaking to everybody, because when we want to be in that happy place or the joyful place or the grateful place, like that's where we want to be, but we also have these feelings underneath. There's overwhelm and annoyed, right? So those are really under there, and you can't fully experience happy. You can't fully experience gratitude until you clear out those negative emotions. So we want to tap on the crap and clear that stuff out so we can really fully feel those good feelings. And you're feeling it in your throat and chest, and it's heavy. Okay, so everybody tune in to where you're feeling it, and now I want you to measure it. I want you to measure it on a scale of 0 to 10. So you're measuring the intensity of the emotion. So 0 to 10, how intense is it? 0, you don't feel it all. 10, it's super intense. A number should pop up in your head, and I want you to jot that down. You could also put it in the comments. All right. And then I want you to describe how it feels, like Heather wrote, throat and chest, it's heavy. So wherever the emotion is for you, I want you to describe it. And you can put that in the comments, or you can put it on your note paper. Describe it for yourself. So where are you feeling it? In your heart, and it feels like it's just pounding like crazy, or is all of a sudden your left eye hurt and it's throbbing back there, or your right knee, or whatever is going on, wherever you're feeling it, just tune into your body and notice what it feels like so you can describe it. So guilt, because I honestly thought my industry was going to be forced to close. So go ahead and tune into that guilt. Where are you feeling it in your body? All right, and Kim, I see you just joined us. Welcome. And we are tuning into the feeling that's going on with however it's impacting you, with however the coronavirus, it could be, you know, the uncomfortableness of people getting angry, there could be income stuff. So just tune in, Kim, to how you're feeling and what's going on. What are the thoughts that are really impacting you? Heather, a block feels sunken, like foggy, thick, dense day, like a weighted blanket. Really great description. So you're really tuning in. Throat, eyes, both spots want to cry. Good. Top of chest, base of neck, top of shoulders. Good, you guys. This is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so we need to get you some relief. We need to start tapping. So let's go right to the top of the head. And we're just going to tap here for a moment, and then I'll start tapping on some of your specific words. I'll speak them out loud. But just right now, I really want to get you guys some immediate relief, especially Nancy, who's feeling like you want to cry. Like, crying is a super awesome thing because those tears, they're wanting to release and come out, and that is a good sign. And we just need to tap to help support the release of the emotions. So that is why we're starting. So just follow me with the tapping points, or if you know them well, then just go ahead and do them on your own. But you can see me, and I'm probably going to switch back and forth my hands just because then I can scroll with my mouse and see your comments as you add them. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back up into the comments, and I'm going to start reading, and then I'll have you repeat after me. So even though I'm going to say lots of people's stuff, I want you to repeat after me whatever I'm saying. So we're supporting each other in clearing this out. As you've already written down what you're going through, and you've written down by tuning into your own stuff and writing it down and acknowledging it, that's setting the intention to help clear it. So when we work on other people's stuff, it will also help you clear yours. So just follow along with me. I'm just scrolling up, so just bear with me a moment. I'm going to start right here. I don't know how to explain things to our staff at work. So you're going to repeat after me and just say, I don't know how to explain things to our staff at work. I don't know how. I've never been through this before. I don't know what to say to them. And I'm tired of people complaining about homeschooling. I'm tired of people complaining about all the time with their family. I'm tired of all the complaining. I'm so tired of all of the complaining people are doing about homeschooling, about the proximity of time with their families. And I know people are worried. They're worried if they have work and if they'll be working from home. And I feel sad for all of my staff. I just feel sad. I feel so sad for all of my staff. I feel all this sadness. And I'm really angry. I'm angry with all the people that are not staying home. I'm so angry I want to scream at them. I want to tell them to stay home. I'm angry with them. I wish they would just stay home. And I have a lot on my plate. And I feel overwhelmed. Just keep tapping and take a really deep breath into the bottom of your belly as far as you can go. And slowly let that out so your exhale is longer than your inhale. And know that you are safe. And repeat after me. I feel all this overwhelm. All this overwhelm. And you know, I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed with people. I'm angry with them, and I'm annoyed. Take another deep breath in all the way down as far as you can go in the bottom of your belly. And slowly exhale and allow yourself to feel that come up and out. Take another deep breath in all the way down as far as you can go. And this time when you let it out, I want you just to imagine all this energy coming up and out of your mouth. Slowly let it all out. Blow it out of your mouth. Just imagine it coming up and out of your mouth and going over into the ocean or in the lake near you or wherever. Just imagine it heading out and away from you, though. The thing about all these emotions is it's just energy. Everything is energy. and it doesn't have to stay stuck in you. So instead of sometimes thinking of the big problem, just minimize it down to this is just energy and I can release it. I can release this easily and effortlessly. It's just energy, and I'm letting this go now. And imagine that just releasing. It's heading out. It's heading out of your body. It's lightening it up for you. Great, Heather. This is good. Things that have popped up for inner stuff is single, and all the times I'm grateful, positive versus reality, and it's okay if it's hard. The dark shadows I avoid always. Yep, we like to. Um, it's it feels easier to avoid the shadows because the shadows, that's where the deep hard work is, right? And we don't want to do that because we're afraid, like, if we start doing it we might start crying and we don't know if we're going to stop crying. And we sometimes it's going into memories and we don't want to go back into those memories. It can be painful. But I can tell you that well, my book is called On the Other Side, and it's about exactly this. It's about doing the deep personal work, taking responsibility for all of our crap, including the stuff that we don't want to look at, all the ugly shadow work, and taking responsibility and doing it, actually doing it, making ourselves do the work, because on the other side of it is where freedom is. Freedom is waiting for you on the other side. And so once you get a little taste of that freedom, it helps you to keep doing the work and keep digging in and go deeper and deeper. Because all of these things that are coming up for you right now, they actually have something to do with the past. There's some emotional attachment that you have going on right now that's coming out from this event, this experience in our lives with the coronavirus right now, but they're emotions related to the past somehow, some way. And so when you go back and you do the personal work from the past, it frees. It's like a domino effect, and it'll help you clear out and just feel better about situations, and it gets easier and easier to do your personal work on a regular basis, on a daily basis. When stuff comes up, it clears faster and it helps you work through it. Yeah, that so you've had tons of tastes of that freedom, which is a good sign that you've been doing your personal work, right? So to have tons of tastes, like, first of all, take your right hand, and everybody can do this. Everybody take your right hand and put it over your left shoulder and tap right there and say to yourself, repeat after me, good job. Good job. I made up that tapping point. And the point of it is to acknowledge yourself, because if you've had tons of tastes of that freedom, that means you're doing a lot of work. And I know that the people that are here are people that are digging in and doing their work. They're committed to it, because that's who I attract, are people that are doing it and are willing to do it and might need support doing it sometimes, just like I do. So I commend all of you for being here and doing this and continuing to do your work. So let's just go back and stop tapping for a moment. Take a deep breath in, all the way down as far as you can. And slowly let that out so your exhale is longer than your inhale. And I want you to tune back into your body. Tune back into the heaviness in your chest, or the pressure in your abdomen, or the base of your neck, or top of shoulders, your throat, your eyes, wherever you were feeling those sensations. I want you to tune back into that space in your body, and I want you to notice how it feels now. Is it still in that same space, or did it move somewhere else? And is it still that same emotion, or did it shift to something else? And then what are the thoughts that you have fluttering through your mind now? Are they the same, or are they different? So I want you to go ahead and put that in the comments, what's coming up for you now. Just let me know what the emotion is, what the thoughts are, and where you're feeling it. So now we can take the next step in this journey and start working on, because we've already cleared a layer. I know that you've all shifted somehow, some way. I could feel release. And so we're going to tune into what all that is. You'll share that with me, and then we'll start tapping on that for the next layer. I'm just going to wait a moment while you guys are writing stuff in the comments. So you're tuning into the emotion, where you're feeling it in your body, and then measure it on a scale of 0 to 10 as well. That's helpful so you know when you're shifting. 0 is you don't feel it at all. 10, it's super intense. So wherever that sensation is, measure the intensity and then describe it and notice what the thoughts are. All right, good. Thank you. I see your comments coming in. So just in the solar plexus now, but less. Awesome. And what are the thoughts coming through now, Carrie? What, are you still feeling guilty, or did it shift to something else? And Nancy, lighter and happier. I had an energy relief. Awesome. This will pass, and there are great, and will survive this pandemic. Yeah, so here's exactly what's happening, Nancy. Because you got this relief and you're feeling lighter and happier, and you've had the energy shift, your mind is moving out of fight, flight, freeze, and you're moving into the executive part of your brain, and that's giving you new information. This will pass. It's telling you that. And they are great and will survive. Yes, that is telling you that. So you're moving out of the fight, flight, freeze, that reptilian part of our brain, and you're moving up here into the frontal lobe, so you're able to think clearer, be more creative, and so that is a good space to be. The inner work, I'm still working on specifics. I'm a 5 throat, chest, forehead, dull headache, 4 left skull, back, neck, 3, so you have a lot of stuff coming up. Curious and continued motivation, encouraged. And Kim, I see it move from your chest to your upper back. It feels more like a weight on my shoulders now, which is easier than the chest heaviness. Okay, so that's awesome that it is shifting locations and that it's lighter. Nice movement there. Your good job shoulder tapping was very powerful for me. Awesome. Needing more of my own touch as I'm forced break from touching others. Yeah, shift back to more positive thoughts and not as angry. Awesome. Good. These are, so you guys see you're shifting. And so now we're going to keep tapping here. So if there's anything else that you want to tell me about whatever is coming up for you, like the thoughts that are in your mind, then that we can tap on those specific words. Otherwise, we can also focus on where it is in your body. So the right eye. Okay. So, Heather, you said the right eye point where we tap is sharp. So what's happening there is that's stuck energy. And so just be really gentle with yourself there. But it's still important that you tap there, because that is where stuck energy is. And I know this because it is sharp, like it's painful to you, and it isn't normally. So that's just an indicator for you that there is something stuck right there. And so be gentle with yourself. You don't want to hurt yourself, but you want to keep tapping there and help that release. And just think in your mind, you guys, this is just energy. This is just energy, and it's going to release. So I want you to tune in. I want you to close your eyes and tune into the space where you're feeling it. So your upper back, your throat, your chest. Tune into the one that feels the worst if you have multiple locations. I'm just trying to see what other notes there are. So just tune into where it feels the worst and focus on that space with your eyes closed, but keep tapping. So I think you guys all know the tapping points. Just keep tapping, move around, and I want you to feel that sensation in your body. Tune in so you can really feel it. I want you to focus on it. What we're doing is like giving it kind of laser attention and focus to acknowledge it. So I want you now to acknowledge it and say, yep, I feel you. Thank you for being there and letting me know something is off. I appreciate you for helping me. And you can go now. So I just want you to imagine that releasing and letting go. It's just energy and it can release and let go. Yeah, so gas coming out is undigested stuff. It's old stuff. And what's awesome about that is it's old stuff and that you're doing enough deep work to have that come up and out. So I celebrate when people have gas. It's awesome. And so you could also be coughing, you could be sneezing, you could be yawning, you could be sighing, you could have tears come out. These are all messages that your body is shifting and clearing. It's releasing. Those are all different ways that your body releases. So if you're having any of those things, that is awesome. Celebrate that, going, yeah, my body is letting go. So I want you to take a deep breath in, all the way down as far as you can. And slowly exhale, so your exhale is longer than your inhale. And let that out. And do that again. Take another deep breath in, all the way down as far as you can. And slowly let that out, so your exhale is longer than your inhale. Yeah, uncertainty popped in. Yeah, we don't know. We don't know what's going on, how long it's going to last. Um, I've heard all different things. And so there is a lot of uncertainty. I was experiencing a lot of uncertainty yesterday that I had to work through before I could come and tap with you guys. And the uncertainty for me is it's around my book. Not that there's uncertainty about my book, it's about when it will actually go out into the world. Because if we go on lockdown, which we could, like that could happen, and we're asked all to stay home, and like that could happen. It's in the realm of possibility. It's already effective in some states, and it could go countrywide, and that would be okay. Like that would be a good thing. Then they could stop working on my book, which they should, right? And so what happened in my mind is like, I've been working on this book for so long, and I've been telling people the end of May for so long, and it's really not, it's looking like it could come out mid-June or later. And I can't even have a solid date with that, because if things shut down, everything could get pushed out. And that's uncertainty. And so yesterday, as I was working through some of that frustration and just feeling like I don't know what's going to happen, the unknown, the uncertainty of it, I just am like, Julie, your whole book has been divinely guided, and the timing of it will be too, and it'll come out at the perfect time, whether that's June 4th or June 11th or June 30th, whatever. Like, it is what it is, and it's totally okay. And so I came to a better feeling place around that for myself, which helped me overall. Just know that, the truth is, we're all going to be okay somehow, some way. We all are. There's amazing miracles that happen all the time, and those can come into our lives. And we're going to make it through this. somehow, some way. And it's not just by the skin of our teeth. Like, we'll make it through. And we're going to have a new normal on the other side. It can't go back to normal. We can't go back to normal. Things are never going to be the same again. We'll have a new normal. And that you can see that those things are already starting to shift. Things are already starting to change. Just got a clear message for trust. Yeah, we do. We have to trust. Like, somehow, like, whatever's happening, like, we know on some level, despite all the fear and anxiety and the overwhelm and all the changes, on some level, we know that this is a good thing in some way, shape, or form. And we can already see some of that with the shifts going on and people supporting each other. Yeah. Heavy eye, sharp point is gone. Good. High gas feeling, low pelvic and anus area. Okay. So just really tune in. If it's really feeling high intensity, then I want you to focus on that area. And it could just relieve like that instantly, without even you, farting or whatever. It can just go away as you tap and focus on it. So just tune into that area. Grieving lack on things popped in for a core issue. Yeah. Lack comes in all different forms, and I think this is important for all of us to hear. It's not just about lack of money like a lot of us think sometimes, but it's lack of people in our lives. I even write about this in my book, that I felt this lack because I wasn't married for a really long time while my son was growing up, and he didn't have an adult male role model in his everyday home life. I mean, he had his dad in his life, but he primarily saw him on weekends, every other weekend, and had sporadic calls in between. But he didn't have a man in his life at home every day. And I felt that as lack. And so a lot of us going on our spiritual journeys, a lot of us are single and feel lack in not having a significant other. So there's that kind of lack. But also when we're on these journeys, our friendships change too. And so there can be a lack of friends or a lack of support, and support can come in all different forms as well. So we can feel a lot of lack. And so if any of that resonated with you, Heather, I'd write that down in your notes there, because that will be stuff that you'll want to clear out. Silver linings for sure. Yes, there are silver linings. And the really important thing is not to go to the silver lining too quickly. I know that sounds funny. Like, we do want to go to the silver lining. We do want to see those things. But we don't want that silver lining to take away doing the deep personal work. We don't want that, oh, I see a silver lining. That's great. Now I'm just going to glom onto that, but not finish clearing out the anger, because the anger is going to stay there until you fully acknowledge it and let it go. So it is good to see the silver linings, and that can even help you keep tapping and doing your personal work. And don't let that silver lining trick you to not finish clearing out the crap. All right, throat, chest at 2. That's a very nice shift. Good. All right, so let's take another deep breath in. Keep tapping, and take another deep breath in all the way down to the bottom of your belly. And when you exhale, just allow that to come out really slow, so your exhale is longer than your inhale. And just think to yourself, this is just energy, and I'm ready to release it and let go right now. So you're talking to yourself. And you're giving, when you tell yourself those things, like, I'm ready to release and let go right now, that is like commanding your subconscious to take an action. When you say these things, your subconscious takes it literally, especially when you say right now. And so you want to tell yourself the things that you want to have happen, not the things that you don't want to have happen. And a lot of times we're talking about the things we don't want to have happen. So take another deep breath in, all the way down to the bottom of your belly. And slowly let that out and tell yourself, I'm ready to release this right now. I'm ready to let this go right now. All right, you can stop tapping, and I want you to check back into that space in your body. See where it is. Is it still in that same space, or did it move somewhere else, or did it dissipate? And then I want you to tune into the thoughts that are fluttering through now. So when you've worked through all the crappy stuff, it will shift to the better thoughts. You'll start to see those silver linings, and you'll start to feel them too, because you've shifted out of the anger and the upset, the sad, and all those other emotions. So just notice what are the thoughts that are coming through now, and go ahead and write those in the comments. So Heather, lack of doing the grieving, so stuck and need to fully keep working on it and have been, but time to dive deep. Yeah, it is time to dive deep. You nailed me. I won't, I promise you, and promise me. I didn't read that comment at the time that it came in, so I don't know what I nailed you on. So if you want to share, go ahead. But yeah, it is deep diving. And then after you deep dive and you clear out a bunch of stuff, there's more. And you have to dive in deeper and do more work. And, you know, I am not going to promise you that there's going to be a time where you won't have to do your work, because I don't think that's how it goes. I think that we have to keep doing our work and keep doing our work and keep doing our work and keep doing our work. And I think that as we keep doing it and we dig deep, I think it gets easier to do, and I think things clear quickly. That's been my experience, that when I first started doing the deep personal work, like, it sucked, like it was hard. I cried a lot, sobbed really. But as I shifted and started clearing out all that stuff, and then other stuff would come up, it's like it got easier to do and it cleared quicker. So I want to give you that hope, in the sense of, even though you're always going to have personal work to do, it does get better. And also, you do it quicker, because you'll realize every single time you're triggered, shit, I got some personal work to do. And you'll just do it. And you might like have a sad face or a grumpy face or whatever for a moment, but you'll just know that you have to do the work, and you'll just do it. Instead of putting it off and saying, I'll get to it later, you just do it. Because you know there's freedom on the other side, because after doing all this work, you've experienced that, and you're like, I'm just going to do it. All right. For the silver linings, using it as scapegoat. Oh, yeah. I nail all my clients on that. That's what we do. You know, in the spiritual world, when we're on this journey, by the way, keep tapping if you're not writing comments in here to update me. Start tapping again. It's what we do in the spiritual world. We think that because we're shifting and changing, and we're trying to look at things from a positive light, I call that a happy mask. You're actually putting a happy mask on, pretending everything's okay and being positive, but it's not okay. It's really not okay. Like, underneath, like, if you took that happy mask off, it wouldn't be pretty. And I'm telling you from my own experience, there's some point in time that you're going to have to take that off if you really want to feel that freedom on the other side. There's some point in time. And I write about that in my book too, because I had to take my happy mask off. I used to have one on. And I'm a positive person. But I'm going to tell you that our brains are hardwired to go to the negative first. And yes, it is our job to switch that and try to find the positive, but you have to acknowledge the negative too, because it's there. You can't ignore it. It doesn't work that way. Yeah. It's like an onion peel last few years. It's a journey. Yep, it is. Um, it's a total onion peel, and you just keep going and keep going. And I saw recently a meme on Facebook with somebody cut a red onion in half, and in the center of it was a heart shape. And that's true. Like, the more that I do my personal work and keep clearing out the shit, the more loving I feel, the more compassionate I feel for others. And so I know as we keep clearing the layers, we get to that heart inside. And we can speak from love, we can listen with love, we can just be in that loving space more easily. We don't have to try so hard. It just is more natural. And that's exciting for you to know that. That's what happens. Um, they clear way faster for me. Used to take forever. That means you're doing your personal work, and that's awesome. So you're experiencing a shorter time. That is good. Today I owned how angry I am. Awesome. That's good. I want to high five you. Hold on. Here. I'm laughing at myself. Because we do need to own that. We don't need to stay in it, but we need to own it, acknowledge it, tap on it, and clear it out. And when we own it and acknowledge it and tap on it and clear it out, then we get to the better feeling place. And then we think clearer thoughts. So good job on that. All right. Let's see. Take another deep breath in all the way down as far as you can. And slowly let that out. And I want you to tune back into that space in your body and see how you're doing now. I want you to tune in to that sensation. Is it still there? Or did it shift somewhere else? Or did it dissipate? And notice what the emotion is now. Did you go from sad to feeling calmer, more neutral? How are you doing? And then what are the thoughts that are fluttering through in your mind? And go ahead and write those in the comments. Nice, Carrie. So I'm grateful for the opportunity to have this time to gain clarity on what my new normal will look like. Yeah. Your schedule just opened up, right? And you have some ideas. I know this because I talked to you. And so you'll play with those and you'll get other ones, and the things that you get excited about that light you up are the ones to go after for your new normal. From angry to grounded. That is a very nice place to be. Heather, Jaya tight. That's it. Not sure what thoughts are. Can't place it. So sometimes our brain doesn't allow that to come up right away. And when that happens, then you can just stay focused on the sensation. So if you focus on your jaw being tight and notice, is it the left side, the right side, or is it both? Where is it? I just tune into that, and you can keep focusing on that. And you can use what's called chase the pain technique. And it's where you're literally following yourself. You're following the little feelings and sensations, and you're tuning into how they feel. Remember how I had you describe them earlier? So you're tuning into that. You're really tuning into the sensation, how it feels, and then you'll feel it dissipate or move somewhere else, and then you go to the next place and you tune in, notice how it feels. So that's when if the thoughts aren't coming up, then that's how you do it. So you just keep going. And I'm going to be working with a therapist, which is great because I know I can't do this alone. Yeah, honestly, I don't think any of us can really do it alone. Like, because we're the ones who created the mess, and we need outside thinking and outside support to help us get out of the place that we're in. I mean, I've worked with so many coaches and healers, and I still do. And I've done a lot of work, but I still work with other people because I can't do it all myself. I can dig in a lot deeper than I ever used to. And I force myself to do that, but I also need other support. So I think it's really important that we do get support from others. Both are a three, like a clench feeling. All other sensations are gone. Wow. So it all released and went up to your jaw. So, um, Heather, your homework is to focus on your jaw and um, to really lean in and feel those sensations that are there and acknowledge it. You can even close your eyes and get quiet and ask your jaw, what do I need to know? And if you sit in silence and listen, you'll get an answer. So I encourage you to do that. And if anybody else is still feeling some sensation in your body, you can do exactly what I just suggested for Heather, is that you can tune into it and you can keep tapping on the sensations. If thoughts aren't coming in, focus on the sensations. Otherwise, if the thoughts are coming in, that is helpful information too. Yep, Carrie, thanks for joining. I'll see you later. Um, so, your homework is to finish this. You want to get the sensations gone, and you want to get to that better feeling place. So, if anybody else wants to type anything in, I can give you your specific homework. So I'll wait for just a moment for you to do that. Otherwise, you can do what I just guided you to do. So I hope this was helpful. You can feel free to share this video with others to help them. They can view it on their own and tap along, and they'll be able to follow just like you did to figure out what they need to work on. And they can either say the messages that I had said, or they can change it to whatever comes up for them, and that will support them. So share this and help get more people tapping so they can feel relief. Because the more that each of us do our personal work, the better our world is. There's a ripple effect. Our ripple effect, when we do our personal work, then we're able to be kinder and more loving to others. And when we do that, I mean, that impacts. You know that somebody smiled at you somewhere or asked you if you're okay, and you know how big of an impact that had on you. And so it's like that kind of ripple effect. And all the rest of the people that you came in contact with that day, you felt better about because somebody cared about you. And so if we can be that person that's doing our personal work and get our own selves in a better place, then we can help other people too, because we'll be a ripple effect and help them in a good way. And the more that we tap and the more other people tap, the better the world's going to be. So keep doing your work, and please share this. And if there's other people that you want to invite into the Tap Into Your Heart community, please do that. If you think that they're a fit for the community and they're looking for that connectedness too. And share Julie Jacky Mindset Coach page too. I have lots of inspiration coming out on there. And if you would share that with other people so they can start filling up their feed with good stuff too, that really helps our minds when we see the good stuff and we read the good stuff and we bring it in. So that's part of why I share those things there, to help us. I'm training our minds for the good stuff because we already get so much other crap inundating us. So if we can do the good stuff, that will support us. So you guys, thanks for being here, and thanks for tapping, doing your personal work. And thank you very much for sharing all of this too. We'll be tapping again soon, so I will see you soon.